Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Stelskavassis here. I'm Anthony.
I'm Casey.
And today we're watching the 8th episode of The Haunting of Bly Manor. Only 2 left.
Wow, okay, already here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, last episode, Danny possibly died. We hope that she didn't.
Yeah.
However, it was very ominous, and, the only thing we really have to go off of is when Peter was taken by the Lady of the Lake and died as well.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that someone could come out and help. But, we also got the weird situation with Peter being inside of Miles right now. I'm not quite sure how that's going to play out. Rebecca said that it's... Not that it's... I mean, she kind of alluded to the fact that it's permanent. She didn't say it in that term, but
Yeah.
I hope not.
I know. I don't really know how this is gonna go. Part of me feels like everyone in Bly Manor's dead already, and this is weird. I'm not exactly sure, and I just really hope Danny isn't dead, because I don't want that to happen. Maybe Jamie can come and help.
Possibly.
Maybe she'll hear.
Yeah, I'm hoping, but I'm also hoping that Henry shows up. We know that he took off 2 episodes ago to head here. We're hoping that he gets here too, because he was very inebriated when he did decide to take off. I do feel like Miss Gross is going to come back into play here at some point. I know that Peter kind of showed her, Miles Peter, her body, and then she kind of got lost in her memories again there. Specifically that one with Owen. I feel like she can come back, though, just for a moment. Obviously, not come back, but, come back to help. Just like, she was walking around the grounds, pretending to be alive. Well, I don't know if you can really call that pretending, but she was, going through the motions at the very least.
It's like she didn't know, yeah. All right, well, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can stay notified for all of our future videos.
Also, head over to our Patreon where we have full-length reactions as well as other exclusive content. By the time of the posting of this video on YouTube, our finale is already going to be over on our Patreon, so if you want to check that out, the link's down in the description below.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
I don't know if we brought this up in the last episode too, but it was just also weird that Rebecca and Peter wanted to take over these kids but still be together.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to think about that.
Just right after, right before.
Oh gosh.
I have to relive it. Okay, what happens here? Someone help.
Toward the middle of the 17th century.
Oh, this is her story.
The lady in the lake.
Yeah.
With their father in the ground, they faced a dire necessity for marriage.
So Theo's the Lady of the Lake?
That's cool.
I know.
This is so interesting. I love this.
Vultures poised to pick the carcass of their father, to pillage his wealth via his daughters. No, Bly must stay in the family, and the sisters must stay in control.
So do you think this is their ancestors?
Led to Viola's invitation to a distant cousin.
Let's see.
Mr. Arthur Lloyd. And just as Perdita began to feel the stirrings of a true interest in the young man.
Wait, that's their cousin though, right?
Yeah, but it was...
Different time, I guess.
A little bit more common back then.
Some see an opportunity in her father's passing. Hadn't assumed she knew how to keep the books.
Still weird though.
Yeah.
The riding boots in the foyer. Even the portrait hanging beyond, commissioned by Viola's, part of her true message to Arthur. He may marry her, or marry her sister, but there should be no mistake in the true authority of Bly Manor. The wedding was a small affair, fitting the business arrangement that it was.
To love, cherish, till death us to part.
And obey. And obey.
You're like, hell no. Awkward.
A surprise not to Perdita, who knew her sister better than any. And a surprise not to God. He'd made her that way, after all.
She has to die in some sort of crazy way, right?
And then I wonder why she keeps coming back to, to strangle people.
Seized by a restlessness new to her heart, she would walk. She would sleep. She would wake.
Was she already dead?
She would
is she in a memory?
Walk through the house like she's still doing.
Her marriage may have some amount of love to it after all.
She shared her apple. Who's behind her?
Sister?
Oh. She jealous? Did the sister kill her?
I was thinking that too.
Baby.
Bly belongs to you. It is you. It is me. It is us.
Do you think she's jealous of
those were the rosy times.
that she has the baby now?
It's looking like it might lean that
Nothing
way, right?
holds, and all things
Oh, an
change.
affair here too,
Change
maybe?
does not often announce itself. As for Viola,
They killed her.
You think she got poisoned?
I think that they killed her.
from her lips only the sickness.
Or sickness?
Impossible finally to ignore.
Maybe she did get sick?
Where's the plague doctor?
The plague doctor! Is this the plague doctor?
It might be! It sounds like the mask. Yep.
Plague doctor.
It is not the plague.
Oh, well that's good.
But it is not good news. She has the lung.
How long?
What does that
How
mean?
long?
Just like pneumonia.
Months. Months at the most.
Or do you think the sister's the lady in the lake?
I don't know. I feel like the sister still may have killed her. Maybe she's putting on a front in front of the doctor.
Sister, you must repeat the rite. You.
No. I do not go.
She is as he made her. If she says she will not go, she will not.
Isabel?
Oh,
5 times round the sun.
5 years.
Viola had surpassed the predictions of the physicians and priests alike,
She lived for another 5 years.
Yeah.
but by stubbornness alone.
Stop.
Mommy, you're awake.
Isabel, don't want tea. I want to talk to my daughter.
How is she still alive? It's crazy. Like when they skip forward, I wasn't quite sure. Like, are they just gonna brush over the fact that she died?
I know. Okay, wow.
Do you think she drowns herself?
I'm curious, like, where this could go, you know? But here she's doing the walking, like she used to do, I guess.
Think of Isabel. What will she be left with? What memories of you will she carry? Will it be this version of you? Because Viola, with love, let it be anything else.
Just before the 6th year of Viola's living death, she summoned to her room all of the jewels and clothes she had accumulated in her days before the sickness.
They will not be buried in my rings or my dresses. I can say without vanity now that I am done with them. They will be a great inheritance for our daughter.
Oh.
So you will keep them. You watch them for her, enshrouded, covered in rose petals. Do you promise me, Arthur?
Promise you what?
Promise me that you will keep them for her. You will keep the key. And you will never give it to anyone except our child.
Oh, like the key to the little box?
Yeah.
What if he gave it away?
Maybe give it to her sister. Like after.
The word began in her chest as the sickness did for Viola, until the word came to live in her hand.
Is she gonna kill her?
The word was mercy. And the word
Oh.
was a lie.
Oh, wow.
The word was not mercy, she realized in the end. No, the word had always been enough.
Oh my gosh, she killed her.
Ghost is gonna kill you.
Oh my gosh.
She's gonna open up the chest, I bet.
And she was like so weak, she probably couldn't fight back.
Yeah.
Arthur bore his bereavement soberly and manfully.
Are they gonna sell that for money?
Maybe.
Or try
they
to
said that
sell
there was
it?
like money was going
Yeah.
short.
They were married, as was becoming with great privacy, in the hopes, as was waggishly remarked at the time, that perhaps the late Viola may not hear
That's
of it.
who was buried there in the thing.
She's gonna see her ghost, I bet. Oh, what? Look at the face on that. That was her sister's portrait too, right?
Or is it like her guilt, like eating up at her?
I don't know. I feel like her ghost is gonna come back and kill her.
There's something been coming up on her. Oh wait, maybe not.
I mean, I feel like she's
It
gonna
looked
show
like
up.
it.
Should open the chest.
It's like she put a curse on it, basically.
Yeah. Maybe everyone on the house, but maybe just the house, like people who die on the grounds.
Or like the curse of like if you try to steal her stuff.
Maybe she'll come back and choke you out.
Cause like that's still supposed to be like meant for the daughter.
Yeah.
I wonder if the daughter never got it. Oh my gosh. Ah.
The night in which Viola would sleep.
Okay. Like what happens to her immediately after?
Oh.
Oh, she's like maybe in the chest? Those are like the rose petals, and that was like the thing that was over it.
Oh, maybe she is in the chest. In the chest.
She was stuck in here for 6 years, maybe? Like she couldn't even leave this
Oh
room.
my gosh. Oh, it's just all the dresses and stuff. Because she's like healthy again. Well, you know, not sick.
She would sleep. She would wake.
Same thing.
And just walk around. Oh my gosh.
She
like
would walk.
This went on for 6 years.
Yeah. It's just like repeating itself. Oh, it's like she saw her real self. Oh, the mirror. That's what Danny does.
Yeah. So I wondered, like, when the chest was open, that's when she started wandering the grounds.
She just keeps repeating the same thing and seeing her real self. She like realized.
She admitted she was dead.
Oh.
She admitted her husband had moved on. She admitted her daughter was growing without her. And she admitted her room was a dream. A construct. A lie preferred to the truth of the trunk. But there waited for her, at the end of this purgatory, a reward in the knowledge that one day the door would open. One day the locks would see their keys.
Oh my gosh, and she saw her sister.
And she had the dress on
Oh my gosh. This is where like the hands are gonna like probably reach out and strangle her.
Oh my gosh.
Bitch. Oh my gosh.
And she went through the dress. Yeah.
I mean, payback. You suffocated her.
She was there the whole time.
They would move away from here, sell the manor and find a quieter life.
So they did sell it.
At last, at least, she'd be with them both. Her husband,
went with the
her
trunk.
daughter. No matter if they couldn't see her. A reward for all these years of isolation. For all the ache in her tired heart. His superstition defied reason, but he felt confident all the same. Whatever curse had claimed his second wife, he would not risk his daughter to its icy
They're gonna throw it in the
fingers.
lake.
His daughter, nor anyone else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he thinks it's cursed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The pull of that next world ignored, she instead made her own gravity. Gravity of will. That would change the terrain of Bly Manor forever. And once again, she would sleep.
So it's like every day maybe she comes back to the
Like she
the
wakes
lake.
up and walks. Because they say like she sleeps and she wakes and she walks.
And she would walk. As if woken from a nightmare, she would walk back to her home, feeling each time that it was a dream. Feeling that if she walked to her bedroom, to the room she once shared with her husband, her infant daughter, that perhaps the nightmare would abate.
So she's just trying to go to the room.
And she'd stare.
I wonder what she sees, like when she chokes someone out.
And Viola would remember. And the remembering itself was
Like I wonder what they're
injuring
gonna show, like when she kills Peter.
Oh, so she like saw it through the years.
Do they turn this place like into a hospital maybe, or like a place for people with the plague?
Where is she?
Plague doctor.
She's gonna kill him.
It isn't safe. You mustn't be in this wing without protection.
Oh, okay, that's how the plague doctor.
A strange phenomenon occurred.
Oh.
Her gravity, it seemed, her invented gravity that held her to the
That's
ground,
what's keeping people here?
kept her in purgatory. It would hold others too.
Oh.
Viola faintly noticed her own attempted exorcism.
Oh, exorcism. Oh, that was the person who like married him.
And alas, the poor vicar, the second person to find himself in Viola's path.
It's like anyone in her way.
Yeah.
All things fade. All
Her
things.
face.
Flesh, stone, forgotten, as her memories left her.
She forgot everything.
So little did she remember that one night she found a child in her daughter's old bed and could not remember whom she had been hoping to see.
Did she kill it?
And here was a child. Must be the child whom she'd sought. Must. And the others, too. Those souls held in her orbit.
Oh,
Those
there's the
unfortunates
kid.
trapped in the gravity well she had made of Bly Manor. A fate that befell Viola's once sister.
Oh,
now
there she is.
forgotten in the attic. Unaware
That's
that she'd ever had
who?
a sister at all. A fate that befell anyone unfortunate enough to step into her habitual path. That befell even those who died of other causes at Bly. Who found themselves in the grips of Viola's gravity.
So anybody who died there.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be
In
Danny.
no hope it would seem for the young au pair, and who had finally stepped into the path of her own fate.
We got the same cliffhanger again.
The same exact cliffhanger?
That's
Wow.
interesting that they ended it like that with the cliffhanger. But we finally got the backstory for the Lady in the Lake. It's Theo or Viola now.
Viola, yeah, or Viola.
I think that's really cool how they had her come in there at the end, because she was honestly one of my favorite actresses from like the first season or Haunting of Hill House. I'm glad that she made an appearance.
Yeah.
And we're kind of left with the exact same question we were in the
Yeah,
last
what
one.
happened to Danny? She's probably dead. and
They're pretty
stuff.
much alluding to it there, but I mean, they haven't just outright showed like her ghost like see her body yet. So until I see that, until you see the body, like, and that's something that Casey said throughout all the shows we've seen. I don't believe that she's dead just yet. I feel like something has to happen there.
I wonder. Well, okay, so first of all, we got the question answered why she's doing this. It's she like is remembering for whatever reason she needs to go to this bed.
Yeah.
And like over time she's kind of forgotten the purpose for doing that, and anybody in the way she kills essentially.
Yeah.
Because she's like forgot who
But
she
it wouldn't
was.
even matter if she saw a kid, because she just doesn't remember that kid.
And
She
then,
just
but like,
brought it into the lake.
and that kid, it's like she didn't kill the kid. Oh, well, she did, but
Yeah.
like she didn't. She brought it into the lake thinking that's what she needed, and ended up killing it, which was sad. And it's crazy. You know, I wonder if they take that trunk out of the lake, and move her away. If
Maybe
she'll
the curse will be lifted.
like if they get rid of that, because obviously this like trunk is cursed, all
Yeah.
her things.
Well, the dad wasn't wrong then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it could have been different though if they like brought her along.
Because all she
with
wanted
them.
was to be with her family.
Yeah.
And like the daughter never got the things.
Yeah, I wonder how this show is gonna wrap up. Now knowing, I think what you were saying, the possibility of everyone being dead. I
Yeah.
don't think everybody's dead now. I still think Owen might pop up somewhere. Jamie might pop up. Obviously, Henry was gonna show up. I feel like we're gonna get that. Like, I don't know if Danny's gonna die right there. Like, it'd feel weird. Like, what would be? I mean, we still have to stop Peter. Like, if you're thinking about it, like, we got to save the kids. Like, I don't feel like Miles is completely gone yet, but I also don't feel like Peter is right. Like, I don't feel like he is going to be able to get off the grounds. Like, maybe if, like, it happens and he tries to walk off the grounds again, like, the kid's just going to, like, fall down, and then, like, Peter will just be outside of him. From whatever they gave us here, this brief explanation, like he said he was talking to the other people that were there on the grounds. Like, how would you have known that? Like, I feel like maybe that's something that he built up himself. Like, oh, maybe if I did this right, like this, then I could.
Well, I guess, like, if the same way she made her own, like, gravitational pull, like, she kind of invented all this here, maybe he could invent his own certain something, by sheer will. Because they said hers was by, like, stubbornness.
Yeah.
Maybe his was by whatever.
Or maybe, who knows, maybe one of the ghosts can show up, like Rebecca.
Yeah.
Like, she was the one who obviously tried to get them to get out of the property. Maybe she might show up there in front of Viola? Viola. Show up there in front of Viola, and I don't know if that will stop her. Like, I don't know what would happen if, like, another ghost pops up in front of her. Like, if that is going to do anything at all. But last episode, we're going to get all these answers, hopefully. And hopefully Danny doesn't die. And we can extract Peter from Miles, like do an exorcism, freaking call the Ghostbusters, something, get him out of him.
Alright, well, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can stay notified for all of our future videos.
Also, head over to our Patreon where we have full-length reactions as well as other exclusive content. By the time of the posting of this video on YouTube, our finale is going to be over on Patreon, so if you want to check that out, the link's down in the description below.
Alright, we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.